Hi friends, we are back with March's recipe kit from our food pantry and Sarah. Sarah is our director of our food pantry and she creates these recipe kits on a monthly basis. And this month for March is black bean and Spanish rice burgers. So here we are unloading the recipe kit bag, and it has all the ingredients that you will need for the recipe. Salt and pepper is extra, which you will include yourself. So Sarah recommends sanitation. Wash your hands really well, as I did. Get everything ready. So this recipe calls for 1 small onion or half a large onion finely minced. So there I am doing preparations with the onion, and then I got everything ready. The recipe ingredients are Spanish rice, 1 can of black beans, saving about 1/4 cup of the liquid before draining, 1 small onion, or a half a large onion finely minced, as I said, 1 cup canned or frozen corn, drain if using canned, and then thaw if you're using the frozen corn, and a half cup breadcrumbs, salt and pepper to taste, and then you can add in any extra spices that you would like. Sarah recommends getting all the ingredients ready and gathered, so this is what I'm doing here. And while I'm doing that, folks, I just would like to tell you, Sarah says that this recipe is easily doubled and will use up the whole package of rice and the can of corn if you double the recipe. All you would need to do is up the breadcrumbs to 1 cup and add a 2nd can of drained beans. The best part of this recipe is you can freeze leftovers to have a quick meal ready to go another time. You will just simply reheat in a pan the same way until they are warmed through. So here I was reading the recipe, making sure I had all my ingredients ready. And now I'm doing the first part of the recipe, which is add the beans to a medium or large mixing bowl and mash with a potato masher or fork or even your fingers until well smashed. Once the beans are smashed, you're going to add in your drained corn and your rice and mix well. I didn't show in the video, folks, but for the rice, you're just going to follow the directions on the back of the package, and it was simply just tear about 1 inch size on the side of the bag, pop it in the microwave for 90 seconds, and then it was warmed through. So after you're doing this part here, you'll want to add in your spices. Sarah said that she added in a little garlic powder and cayenne pepper to make them a little bit spicy. Also add your salt and pepper to taste. I added salt and pepper, and then I looked at my spice cabinet. I did have garlic powder and some taco seasoning. I did end up adding a little bit of garlic as well into this. Then I added in the breadcrumbs and the 1 tablespoon of the reserved bean liquid, as Sarah recommends, and then mix until combined. And you can add in a little bit more bean liquid if the mix seems dry, but I just found it to be perfect the way it was. You can use your hands and form the mixture into 6 equally sized patties, as I did here. I cooked 3 of them at this time, and then the other 3, folks, I'm going to save in my freezer for another meal at a different date, as Sarah recommends. So you will heat a nonstick frying pan to medium-high heat. You can add in a little cooking oil, cooking spray, butter, or margarine. I used a little bit of avocado oil on this day. And you're going to cook the patties for approximately 4 minutes on each side. I got my oil warmed up and my pan heated up first, and then I placed 3 of the patties. Sarah does recommend not overcrowding your pan, so I chose to just cook the 3, and it was perfect for this size frying pan. So you want to let them cook, as I said, for about 4 minutes on each side. Sarah says if the first one is hard to flip or falls apart, they are not ready yet. And let's see, you might need to cook a couple at a time depending on the size of your pan. So on this day, guys, I chose these rolls for these delicious Spanish rice black bean burgers. And I would recommend toasting those buns first, but I had a little time constraints, so I did not toast them, but they were still delicious. And here I am flipping the burgers with one hand, by the way. It worked out perfectly. I added some shredded lettuce. You can add anything that you choose to these delicious burgers. I also would recommend maybe a little bit of sliced tomato on there, or if you like cheese on your burgers, you could put some sliced cheese on there as well. Took them out of the frying pan. They went so nicely on the buns. Now folks, I did end up forgetting to place the onions in my mixture, but it wasn't a problem at all because I decided at the end, why not caramelize the onions a bit in the frying pan with the other bits and goodies in there. So that's what I did, just added a little bit more avocado oil, pop those onions in the pan. Don't they look delicious, you guys? Oh, I can tell you they were so delicious. They are so delicious. There they go, the onions in the frying pan. So just cook them up a bit with the rest of the bits in the pan, caramelize them up, and then I simply place them on top of the burgers. I put a little salt and pepper on top of the lettuce. You could put mayo, ketchup. I think this would be a great recipe after trying it here as I did, to do like a skillet fry with that, maybe with the taco seasoning, and create a meatless taco meat with it. I think would be really good as well. Sarah highly recommends placing these burgers in tortillas. That would also be quite delicious as well. And also maybe making some delicious oven fries. So there you go, guys. Don't they look amazing? I took a bite. It was delicious. We thank you for watching, and we hope you try this recipe. And if you do, please let us know how you enjoyed it. And don't forget, we always do accept food donations for our food pantry at Johnny Cake Center.